Hi guys, welcome to another video, and today I'll be showing you how to make this bracelet. I call it the pooftastic bracelet. It was made up by me, and it's kind of like crocheting, and it's a hook only design, and you could use any colors you want, and I can't tell you exactly how many bands it takes. It depends on your wrist size. But just keep in mind that each poof is about 3 or 4 bands. And yeah, let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to chain your desired length, whether it's a bracelet or a ring, or anything like that. For video purposes only, I'm going to chain 5. So taking your rainbow loom hook or crochet hook, you're going to make a figure 8 like this and reattach it onto your hook. So you should have something like this. And then to chain, you're going to take your next color or your same chain color and pull it through the figure 8 you just made. And then with the other end, you're going to reattach like that. So continue that. You're going to grab your band and pull it through those two and then reattach. And when you're doing this, you should have like a teardrop kind of, and continue doing this. Sorry if you hear anything in the background. Someone's doing yard work. Okay, so once you have chained your desired length, you're going to take another band and then pull it through here and then reattach. And then we're going to pull one end through the other and then pull tight to create a slip knot, but don't pull too tight because we're going to be taking it off later. So you should have something like this. If you look at the chain closely, you could see that it has 2 sides. So on one side, it looks like there's 2 bands. So if we could zoom that in a little and focus. Okay, so if you kind of pull it, you see that there's 2 parts of the chain. There's the left part and the right part. Right now we're only going to be working into one part of it, so you're just going to go inside that chain, and then you're going to grab your poof bands. And when you insert your hook, I also wanted to say that make sure it's on the right side first. And then grab your poof band. I'm using this pink limited edition, and pull it through and then reattach this on your hook. And if you're wondering what the poof bands are these bands that poof out like this blue. And then going inside of the same chain, so keeping these bands on your hook, you're going back inside of that side of the chain, grabbing another band, any color, and then pulling it through, reattaching, and then once more we're going to insert, grab a band, pull it through that chain, and then reattach. So you should have something like this. Now you're going to want to make sure that none of your bands are crossing over, and it should kind of look overlapping. And grabbing your next colored band, I'm using orange, you're going to pull it through all of those poof bands we just did, and then reattach. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did earlier. We're going to go inside of one side of the chain, insert your hook. So just two, so like there's two bands, 1 and 2. You're going inside of one of those two bands because there's a pair of two bands, if that makes any sense. And then you're going to pull a band through, and for each chain you're only pulling through 3 bands. So that was my first one, my second one, and now my third one. So go inside, pull it through. So you should have something like this. And taking your next color, I'm using yellow, you're pulling it through all of these bands and then reattaching and then going on to your next one. So insert into only the side 2 bands, grabbing your next color. Oops. And then pulling it through. So that's my first. And then my second. And then my third. And then taking your next color, I'm using green, pulling it through all of those bands. And you're going to do this your desired length of your bracelet. So I have one more, so I'll just show it. So insert in only one part of the chain, grab a band, pull it through. Do this 2 more times. And then 1 more time. Okay, once you have this, you're going to take another band, I'm using blue, and you're just going to pull that through, and then taking the same color, or any color really, you're going to pull this through also, and then create a slip knot by pulling one band through the other, like that. And we have completed one side of the pooftastic bracelet. So what I mean by that is we've completed one side of the pooftastic bracelet, and now we have to do the other side of it. So taking the same thing, so first we were doing it this way. Now we're going to turn it here and start on this side again from the bottom at where we started. And you could use any color really. You're going to do the same thing we did. So get your colors ready. Once you have your colors ready, go inside of that very first chain that we did, not the figure 8, the chain, and grab your next color. I'm using blue, and pulling that through, and then reattaching, inserting it into the same one, grabbing the same color, pulling that through, and then one more time. And then pulling that through also. And then taking your next color, using purple, pulling that through all of those bands, reattaching, going on to the next chain, insert your hook, pulling a band through, So that's one. Insert. Grab a band. That's two. And one more. That's three. And then taking your next color, which I'm using pink, pulling that through all the bands, and continuing this till the end. So I'll just finish it with you guys. So that's one. That's two. And then three. Taking your next color, pulling it through, and one more. That's one. And two and three. Okay, so I'm at my last poof and I'm pulling a band through all of them. And then I'm taking the same color and pulling that through, the one we just pulled through, and then creating a slip knot. Okay, so it should look something like this, and it looks poofy, and it's really cool, and it should be like long like this, but I just made a tiny one, so yeah. To finish off this bracelet, we're going to have to take off the slip knots. So starting on one side, carefully take it off, and then quickly but carefully reattaching your hook through those bands. Okay, next slip knot. You might want to insert your hook through these first. And then take off this slip knot. And then putting that on your hook. And then for the last one, insert it. And then take off the slip knot. And then taking any color band you want to finish it off, you're going to pull it through all of those bands that were on our hook. Now if yours is short, you can make an extension like I did here, or you could just take your C-clip, which I'm doing right now. So I'm just grabbing a C-clip or S-clip and latching it onto those bands and removing your hook. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video on how to make the pooftastic bracelet, and I'll continue trying to make up bracelets. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share, stuff like that, and I'll see you guys next time.